Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Manrique, and I'm one of the Habit Guys. We teach realtors prospecting habits so they finally become top producing agents. And welcome to Realtor Habits Podcast, where agents don't need more stuff, they need better habits. Before we get into today's episode, I have a question for you. Are you ready to build, scale, and maximize profits with your team? Join us for our free masterclass, How to Build and Scale and Maximize Profits with Teams. Happening on December 11th. That's right, Wednesday, December 11th. This is your chance to learn proven strategies that level up your real estate business and achieve the success you deserve. Seats are limited. So to sign up, to enroll, go to www.habitguys.com/sign up. Again, that's habitguys.com/sign up. Don't miss out. This is your opportunity to make 2025 your best year yet. If you know anyone that can gain value from this podcast, please do us a huge favor and share it with them. We're here to help as many realtors as possible, and we appreciate your help to do so. All right, let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is called The Blueprint of Habits: How Data and Environment Shape Realtor Success. We're going to break down the science of habits, explore how your environment shapes your behavior, and look at real-life, data-backed strategies to build habits that drive success in real estate. If you've ever wondered why some agents seem to excel effortlessly while others struggle to get traction, this episode is for you. Let's dive in. Let's start with the foundation. What exactly is a habit? Why does it matter so much in real estate? Habits are automatic behaviors triggered by cues, or I like to call it data, in our environment. According to a study by Duke University, habits account for about 40% of our daily actions. Let me say this again. Habits account for about 40% of our daily actions. That's right. Nearly half of what you do every day happens without conscious thought, without your control. For realtors, this means that your success often hinges not on one big decision, but on the small, consistent actions you take every single day, like making prospecting calls, following up, and showing up on time. In my book, The Habit House, I teach a habit loop framework called Data, Desire, Action, Achievement. In this loop, this loop is the foundation of all habits, good or bad. Now, data is seeing your to-do list in the morning. Desire is all about wanting to prospect. And then you have action, which is the actually doing the prospecting effort, the call. And then finally, the reward or the achievement, which is the satisfaction or the dopamine hit of knowing you're moving closer to a potential deal, moving closer to building the habit of prospecting. The key to building productive habits lies in recognizing these 4 steps and consciously reshaping them to align with your goals. Now, let's focus here and talk about the first step, data. You might think of data as something cold or impersonal, but in reality, it's your secret weapon for habit building. Studies from organizations like American Psychological Association show that tracking progress significantly improves the likelihood of success. Why? Because data provides feedback. For realtors, this could look like tracking the numbers of calls you make daily, monitoring how many follow-ups turn into appointments, and measuring how many appointments lead to signed agreements. Here's the kicker. When you have this data, you can identify patterns. Are you most productive in the morning? Do certain scripts work better for FSBOs or expires listings? Now, again, if you want our free scripts that help you build the confidence with prospecting and the habit, of course, go to habitguys.com/free. Again, go to habitguys.com/free. So here's a tip. Use tools like CRM systems or Redx, or even a simple spreadsheet to track your activities. The data doesn't lie. It shows you what's working and what's not, so you can adjust accordingly. If habits are the engine, Your environment is the fuel. One of the principles I emphasize in the Habit House is that your environment is the silent architect of your habits. Let me explain. Imagine two realtors. One has a cluttered desk, no schedule, and is surrounded by distractions. The other has a clean workspace, a dedicated time for calls, and a vision board in front of them. Which one do you think will build better habits? Studies by behavioral scientists like Dr. Wendy Wood show that when your environment supports your goals, you're more likely to succeed. Here are 3 actionable tips to optimize your environment. Number 1, designate a prospecting zone. Create a space where you do nothing but prospecting calls. This creates a mental association with productivity. Number 2, use visual cues. Place reminders like a checklist, your goals, or even photos of your dream home in your workspace. Number 3, eliminate distractions. Silence notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and let family or roommates know your working hours. Let's bring this all to life with some examples. First, let's talk about John, the reluctant caller. John, a new agent, struggled to make consistent calls. By tracking his call volume daily and setting up a dedicated workspace, he went from making 5 calls a week to 50 calls a week. Within 3 months, he closed 3 deals from those calls. Now let's talk about Sarah, the busy mom. Sarah felt overwhelmed juggling real estate and family life. She optimized her environment by creating a morning routine that included 30 minutes of focused prospecting. By doing this, she landed 10 new leads in her first month. All right, let's wrap this up with a simple blueprint you can follow to build winning habits as a realtor. Number 1, start small. Focus on one habit at a time, like making 3 calls a day. Number 2, track progress. Use a tool to measure your success. Number 3, reward yourself. Celebrate small wins to stay motivated. Number 4, optimize your environment. Remove distractions and add cues that support your habits. Number 5, reflect and adjust. Review your data weekly to see what's working and what's not. Remember, success isn't about massive leaps. It's about small, consistent steps. Thank you for tuning in to the Realtor Habits Podcast. I hope today's episode inspired you to take action and create an environment that supports your success. If you found value in this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your fellow realtors who could use some habit building inspiration. Until next time, keep building those habits, stay consistent, and remember, success is just one habit away.